Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the viewer title, you know what this video is about. There's a second part to this. This is on the defensive one. Strengths and weaknesses of the defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers 2025 team. Let's start off first. I like to start with the bad stuff first, the nigga stuff. So we'll start off with the weaknesses first. The weaknesses really for this team, they have depth everywhere. But the weakness, I think I would probably say, is durability, because you do have some individuals who can get injured, and some star player level guys who can get injured. They had injury history in the past few years. Cam Hayward is one of the guys. We know he's a little older, but he played well last year. He played most of the time last year. I know the year before that was the time he had the injury little history a little bit, but last year he played very good football. He played at all-pro level. But when you get a little older, of course, as well, the wear and tear and stuff like that, you know, the injuries do happen. Jalen Ramsey, same thing for him. He's a good player. He played very well last year when he was healthy, but he did miss about the first 6-7 games for the Dolphins. And then you look at, of course, Darius Slay, a knee injury. Like I mentioned it before already, I think 2 weeks ago, is talking about his knee durability because the surgery he had on his knee in 2023, and said sometimes the pain can linger on for him. Like they did last year a little bit with the Eagles, and then they said like this year with the Steelers, they could see possibility of that being a concern, but overall they hope that he can go out there and be able to play throughout most of the year. So we'll see exactly how that goes, but that's another injury concern as well. And then you look, of course, at TJ Watt. He's an amazing player, but TJ Watt has had some injury issues the past 2 or 3 years. Last year was better for him for the most part, but the year before that, you know, he got injured before the playoffs. It happened. The Steelers didn't have him in the playoffs in that big game and gave him against the Bills. And the year before that, got injured as well. So like that, remember he missed. I think that's the year he missed about half the season. And maybe he tore his shoulder in the first game, and then he missed most of that season. He came back like kind of close to the end. So injury history, like durability and like injury histories for some of our star players on the team on defense is gonna be a little concern. But I don't think it's too much of a major concern. But that's kind of the only weakness I can see in the Steelers team is durability. I hope these guys can stay healthy throughout the course of the team, or at least stay healthy throughout the most important times of the season, like that. So we'll see. But the strengths of this team, of course, is the depth. The depth, you have pieces everywhere. You have pieces, of course, in the D-line. You know, you have pieces, of course, in secondary. The cornerbacks you have, the linebackers you have. You have depth everywhere. Edge rushers everywhere is depth like that. So you have a lot of different guys. Like, you look at the edge rushers, you got TJ Watt, Ty Smith, and then behind them you got Nick Herbig, Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer, I know he's a rookie. He hasn't played a lot yet, but we've seen what he did at Ohio State. He's a very good player. And I think the opportunity and the way the Steelers play their defense and him playing around greatness like that and making your job easier. Because when you play on the Steelers D-line or the edge rusher, it makes your job easier because you have Cam Hayward in the front. Now you got Derek Harmon with Cam Hayward. Yaha Black as well. All the different guys, of course. Chris, all the different individuals out there you have, of course, who can like just go out there and get it and stuff. So you have a lot of different pieces up front. I think the Steelers have a lot of weapons, and it just makes the job easier too. So him stepping in like that, rotating in, being a rotational piece is gonna help him out a lot to learn a lot behind these legendary edge rushers and D linemen and stuff as well. So we're gonna see some amazing things happen. And then you look, of course, at the linebackers, Patrick Queen, you got Peyton Wilson, you got Cole Holcomb, you got all these different individuals who can go out there and cover, and also who can go out there and play the run, and who's very patient and can match up against the receivers if they have to, running backs, tight ends, versatility all around like that. Then your secondary, like I mentioned, Jalen Ramsey, JPJ, Darius Slay. You have some guys. You have 2 guys who are all pro level. Jalen Ramsey is a 7-time Pro Bowler and a 3-time first team All Pro. Multiple time, I think like a 5-time All Pro overall. We count second teams as well. Darius Slay, same thing. Multiple time All Pro. Multiple time Pro Bowler as well. JPJ, I think he's on his way of getting there. Once the penalties kind of drop down, only allowed 1 touchdown his first 2 years in the league. You have depth everywhere. You have guys who can go out there and just play. Deshaun Elliott out there, you got Juan Thornhill, you got all the different individuals out there in the back who can play too as well. So the Steelers are loaded, I feel like that. And another strength as well for them, I feel like they can kind of get back to playing that style of football they once played. They was able to blitz in, able to go out there and be aggressive and be physical and set the tone for the game and stuff like that. So the strengths of this team and this defense is very good. You know, depth, having that ability to do what you want because you have all these weapons, of course, on defense, and just the experience, I'm gonna say as well. Having experience, you have guys who've been there, who've been to AFC title games. You have guys who've been to a Super Bowl like Darius Slay. You have guys who've been on this team for a long time, who've been All Pros, who've been multiple-time Pro Bowlers, who've been Defensive Player of the Years. You have guys like that on this team, so having that experience is going to help out the team defensively a lot because you have like just enough people who could spread information around who could just help individuals get better and better. And a lot of these young players like Peyton Wilson, you know, Nick Herbig, Cameron Benning, all these different guys who are surrounded by that greatness is going to just open up so much more for the team. So I'm very much excited to see how the defense look this season. I have a lot of faith in defense in the regular season. Now, playoffs is a different story. That's when my defense for faith kind of go away a little bit because I don't know what happens in the playoffs. But in the regular season, I have a lot of faith in the defense to go out there and be consistent. part of this team and getting the job done. But let me know down below what you guys think. What's the strengths and weaknesses for you for the Steelers defense? And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.